Welcome to Radically Rewired, the show where I fuse science and spirituality to give tangible tips to feel more confident, get more clarity, and live your most authentic and fulfilling life. I'm your host, Nicole Novoselsky, a former 9-to-5 desk job gal turned traveling entrepreneur, energy healer, and brain hacking yogi. This podcast is all about how to stop going through the motions and make the most of your human experience here on this earth. So let's learn how to get radically rewired. Hello. Welcome back to another episode on the Radically Rewired podcast. If you're new here, this podcast is all about how to rewire your brain and align your path to live a life that you're fully excited about. So if you're here, I am so excited to help you navigate the highs and lows, the roller coaster of life, and find more fulfillment and more peace in your everyday. Today, we're going to be talking about my own journey of how I quit my 9-to-5 job and how I am now making more money than I was in corporate. It still boggles my mind. So I want to walk you through my journey, my process, to hopefully inspire you to find which path feels good for you and start to take that. We're going to walk through 3 things that I did in order to get to where I am today. And then we're going to talk about ikigai today. If you've ever heard of that, the Japanese term that's trending, all about what you want to be doing in your life and where that intersects with how to make money and what the world needs and your skills and passions. So usually I'm traveling all over the world. I was just in Colombia and I've made it back to Chicago to see some friends and family. So I'm super excited to be here, and I'm going to be here all summer. Summertime shy. It's a great time to be in Chicago when the weather isn't so crazy. So you're going to be getting a lot more episodes this summer from me in Chicago, and then you can tell me where you want to see me travel to next, because I'm still trying to figure out my travel plans. But until then, we've got an amazing episode for you today to talk all about my journey. So let's get into it. Yeah, the sound effects are back. We're here. I'm making my own sound effects. So, soulful saga time. Back in 2020, before I even knew the pandemic was going to hit, I had plans to leave the US. So let's rewind all the way back to when I was in my job. Absolutely hated my corporate path. And I was pretty miserable in my job. I was like crying every day. And I did not like corporate. And I was like, well, what the heck am I gonna do? I don't want another corporate job. I don't really want to be waiting tables, even though that sounded fun. I was like, well, what can I really be doing? What's going to light me up? And actually, I have a nonprofit major, and I had applied for this job, this fundraising job in a hospital that I was actually really excited about. And I made it to the final round, and then they gave the job to someone internally. And I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, if I had gotten that job, I wouldn't have left the States. So this is just a sign that, like, whenever you don't get something or something doesn't work in your favor, it's just a redirection to where you're really supposed to be. So remember that, because I was really sad that I didn't get the job. I was like, okay, well, what am I going to be doing now? Turns out the universe had other plans for me. So the plan that I created was, I didn't want to be cold turkey of just quitting my job and not having anything. So I got my teaching English as a second language certification. I started teaching English online. I had plans to go to Bali to get my yoga certification, and then I was going to go to Thailand to teach English in the classroom. So I had all of these plans. I quit my job. I packed up my life in a suitcase. My lease ended at the end of February of 2020. So I left February 18th, it was, of 2020 to Bali, Indonesia. I had my whole yoga certification, and I remember vividly the last day of the yoga certification, May 15th, 2020, was when the world shut down and everyone was freaking out. And I was like, I'm good, because I'm going to Thailand. This is all going to blow over in a couple months. Everything's good. Plan is still on track. Of course, plan was not on track, as we know. And I had people begging me to come back home. to the States. And I was like, no, I've been planning this travel trip for so long. I hated my job for so long. And while I was hating my job, I was planning this trip for like a year of so excited, visualizing what this was going to look like. And I was like, I am not going back to the States. I have to live out this travel dream. So I stayed in Bali and I was teaching English online. I was teaching English. I had like teaching from like 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. at night with like 30-minute breaks in between. I just hit a point where I'm like, this is not sustainable. I did not come all the way to Bali to just be in a room teaching English all day. So I started teaching less. I was just teaching from like 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then I was like, I want to grow my own business about yoga. I want to grow my own business about travel. I want to create my own website. I really want to like try this content thing out. So once I had decided that I wanted to do that, people just started to come into my life. I call it the snowball effect. Like once you're really gearing yourself towards the path you want to take, even though it's scary. Like I had no experience in marketing. I had no experience in entrepreneurship, but I was like, I want to try it. And I just leapt. I just took the leap and I was like, we're going to do it. So I geared myself towards this path. And what ended up happening, I kept meeting people who were perfect for me to learn different skills from and sending me on the path even further. So for example, I ended up in an Airbnb locking down in Bali with a therapist, a mental health therapist who would help me look at my own conditioning, look at my own mindset, and really help me navigate my own stuff to get to a place where I felt really good about myself and my mindset and how to help people moving forward. There are lawnmowers outside, which I am like so used to the different sounds of traveling, but these are the sounds of the suburbs. So if you can hear it, just bear with me. Normally there's like chickens in the background, but now we have landscapers. Anyways, so then I also met a guy who had his own marketing agency. And from his own marketing agency, I told him that I love writing. I want to learn more copywriting. I'm a really fast learner. I want to learn website design. So he came into my life to teach me website design. He taught me how to make my own website on Webflow. Like it's kind of coding, but not really coding at all. It's a little bit more intensive and learning curve than like Wix or Squarespace, some of the other ones like that. But I felt really good in Webflow. I was really excited to make my own website. I did some copywriting gigs for him where he paid me pretty good money to write a website for some of his clients, to write some articles for them, all these different things. And then after meeting him, I met a friend who, Tim, if you're listening, shout out to you, who helped me get into the content creation space. So he really propelled me in how to make Instagram reels, how to get on YouTube and be making YouTube videos. He also helped me just like in the influencer space. I don't really love using that term influencer, but he kind of showed me what it's like to be a content creator. And so I was trying that out. He showed me into this video editing world where I had editors helping me create high quality videos. And then from there, I felt really confident in my social media skills. And from my social media skills, then I was freelancing for other clients who had seen my portfolio of myself. Like I was using myself as a case study. They saw my reels and they were like, can you do that for us? So then I got clients that way by posting in social media groups. Then I started my own course with my own mindset stuff and started doing energy healing certifications. Like I feel like I was just on fire, going after things that really made me passionate and excited. And then from those things, I was excited to consistently putting my work out there and getting clients from that. So from there, I was getting energy healing clients. I was getting social media clients. I was getting coaching clients from my business. And then just snowballing. It was just a snowball effect. I started teaching yoga and mindset workshops at different hotels around Guatemala, like all of these crazy things. So I call it the snowball effect is once you get yourself on a path aligned with your goals, then the things will just start falling into place. So 3 things that I talk about. Mindset. Number one, having the mindset to actually go after your goals and really dig deep into your subconscious beliefs of what is holding you back. If you have a goal on the back burner, but you're just not taking action to get to it, there's a block there. And what is the block? Is it your belief that you're not good enough? Is it your belief that you're afraid of success? Is it your belief that you just actually are stuck in your comfort zone and it's not super uncomfortable yet to get you to take action, right? So a lot of the mindset work is really becoming aware of what's going on up here so that we can shift and change it to actually get you to take action. Number two that goes along with this, of course, since I'm an energy healer, I did a pranic energy course in Indonesia and I have been studying under different Balinese Hindu priests and been practicing all of my different energy healing techniques, is of course the energetic vibration. What energetic vibration are you putting out into the world? Think of it this way. If you were up for a job and you were like, I feel so confident for this job, I'm so excited to do this job, and you went in and got interviewed, that energy is going to show. Versus if you didn't want that job at all and you're just like, yeah, I'm just here for a paycheck, but the work that this takes is so frustrating and annoying, that energy is going to come off too. So think of it, how are you showing up in your everyday life? How are you interacting with people? How are you interacting with yourself? What are your thoughts? What are you saying? Because that is what you're going to get back into your life. So I was working a lot on my mindset. I was doing a lot of meditations. I was doing so much yoga. I was doing dance parties to like raise my energetic vibration. And that's why I think all of these things just started to fall into my life. I didn't have a plan that I was going to meet a marketing guy who was going to give me copywriting jobs. I didn't have a plan to meet my friend Tim who was going to help me on the content path. Like none of this was scheduled or planned. So it was just my mindset of I want to make it work and my energetic vibration of like, let's do it. I'm excited, that helped me. The third thing is then the strategic plan. So of course things can plop into your lap, but having a strategic plan of I want to make X amount of money doing Y thing, and I'm going to take an action every single day, and this is the route I'm going to go to get this certain thing into my life, is really helpful because then it gives you some purpose of what you're doing throughout your days. So having the mindset, having the energetic vibration, and then having the strategic plan is the fast track to quantum leap to the life that you want. And I am living proof because I literally went from a job that I absolutely hated to having the most freedom I have ever had in my life. Like sometimes only working like 2 to 4 hours a day, whenever it is that I want, taking breaks, going to cafes, doing hikes, literally making my own schedule. Like this is beyond what I could ever imagine for my life, and I'm living it. So with your mindset, the energetics, and the strategic plan, you can get to where it is you want to be. Just a matter of removing the blocks that are stopping you from getting there. So the next thing I want to talk about is our neuro nugget for today's podcast segment. Neuro nugget. For today's neuro nugget, I alluded to it, but we're going to talk about the ikigai. I hope that I am saying that correctly. Ikigai kind of sounds like that guy over there that you're like, ugh, I don't really want to talk to him. But it is a Japanese term that's trending, and it's all about the intersection of your passions, your skills, where you can make money, and what it is the world needs. And when you can figure out the intersection of what you're so excited to do, where you're skilled, how you can make money, and what it is the world needs, things are going to blossom. The science behind the ikigai is that when you are actually living in alignment to what it is you're excited about and what your skills are and how you're making money from it that you're giving to the world, it's not just like, yay, good for you, gold star. You're actually lighting up centers in your brain. You're lighting up reward centers. There's studies that have been shown that long-term stability in emotional health when you are living in alignment to your ikigai happens more than when you're just like trudging through your day. So if you're actually feeling fulfilled in the things that you're doing every single day, of course, you're going to feel more fulfilled and happy. It just makes sense. If you're putting your energy 8 hours a day or however many hours a day into something you truly love, you're going to have different neurological effects. You're essentially rewiring your brain for happiness and fulfillment. There's also evidence that it affects our stress and our aging. You'll actually feel so vibrant in what it is you're doing because you're so excited about waking up in the morning and actually getting to do what it is you want to do. And I feel like this makes sense. If you're hating your life and like, ugh, I don't want to go to this job and I don't want to do this thing, of course you're going to feel more negative than someone who's like, yay, I'm making money from something that I love doing. So if you're looking to enhance your life, it's time to look at your ikigai. It's Ikigai. Yeah, that's how you spell it. It's not like ikigai, like ikigai over there. But how do we actually live in alignment to our ikigai? What does this even mean? We're going to do an activity now in our brain hack of the day section. So let's get into it. Brain hack of the day. Brain hack of the day. So now that we've learned that the ikigai has an amazing impact on the brain of actually making you feel less stressed, more fulfilled, not only for a short time, but for a long period of time, I want you to grab a piece of paper, or if you're more technical, you can go to Canva, and you're going to draw 5 circles. You're going to draw 2 on the top of the piece of paper, 2 on the bottom, and then 1 circle in the middle. So you're going to label the first circle skill. And I want you to write, what are you currently skilled at? Or what skills do you want to learn? So what skills do you have? Maybe for me, for example, I had skills in writing. I had skills in coaching, or I wanted to have skills in coaching. So that's why I went and did all of these certifications. I wanted to have skills in energy healing. I had website design skills. I had marketing skills, video editing skills. So what skills do you have, or what skills do you want to have? Then I want you to write in the next circle, passion. What are you really passionate about? So for me, I can talk about mindset all the freaking time. I can talk about spirituality. I could talk about tarot. I could talk about just the energetics of things. I can talk about traveling. I love all of those things. Okay, so what are you passionate about? Like, what lights you up? Think about that and write it down. Then in the third circle, I want you to write money. What skills and things do you currently have in your life that you feel like you can make money from? So for example, website design, boom, I know that makes money, right? I can get money from that. For example, for money, I can do copywriting for other brands and businesses. I can do yoga classes. I can do meditation sessions. I can do energy healing sessions. So what things can you make money from? Write those down. Then in the fourth circle, almost done here, stick with me. You're going to write world. Now, in this circle, I want you to think about, what does the world need? So for example, let's say you're a good writer. It's not like the world actually needs, maybe I'm coming up with something here, handwritten notes that you're sending out, right? A lot of people don't really check, maybe they do check their mail, but it's mostly email. So maybe instead, like, the world isn't needing handwritten notes in the mail. Maybe they want that, I don't know. Maybe you're sending emails. Or the world is craving more website designers because there's a lot of people out there who need one-page websites. Or mental health is rising, so they do need coaches. Or, you know, if your skill is tarot and you want to do tarot readings, maybe the world needs that. Like, what is the world needing? Right now, maybe going into AI or crypto, whatever it is, right? So really thinking about, what is the world wanting? From these 4 things, in that center circle, I want you to write some things, a summary of now looking at all of these 4 circles of what it is you could do that you're skilled in, that you're passionate about, that you can make money in, and that the world actually needs it. So for me, I was realizing a lot of people are on a self-development journey, and they really are wanting to learn more about the brain, learn more about how to reach their goals, learn more about peace and how to find fulfillment. And I'm passionate about that. And I'm actually skilled in that because I had gotten all these certifications. And it's a way then, if they're willing to pay for this, that I can make money. So that's where all four of mine intersect. So try this activity and see how it goes, and let me know if you want to send me an email or if you want to just connect. Definitely let me know how the Ikigai goes for you. Okay? So I love Ikigai. It's a really cool activity to just see if you're on an aligned path and where you can go. Let's sum up all the things, because we talked about a lot today, in our fulfillment fast track. So we talked about my journey to get to where I am, leaving corporate and now making more money than I ever was in corporate. And how am I doing that? Honestly, because I followed my passion, my highest excitement, and I kind of, without even knowing it at the time, followed my Ikigai of something that can make me money, that the world needs, that I'm passionate about and have skills in. So because I just went full throttle for it, I ended up getting skilled in something that I liked. I had the mindset that I wanted to go after it. I had the energetic vibration, and then I had a strategic plan of, okay, now I have the confidence in these skills. I'm going to market it. I'm going to put out packages of, hey, these are my social media plans. Hey, these are my packages for energy healing, and this is my course that I'm doing, blah, 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 whatever it is, right? On all different channels. And I was able to get different clients, and I was able to charge prices that at first were small and then grew them over time once I got more testimonials. And now I'm making more than I was in corporate because it's an uncapped potential. So there are so many ways to actually make a lot of money, and you don't have to be tethered to a specific company. You don't have to be tethered to something you hate. And if you like your company, amazing, great, love that for you. But this is for if you're like, how do I get out of what I'm doing? And how do I actually live a life that I really, truly want? This is the roadmap. Mindset, energetic, strategic plan, figuring out what your passions are, what your skills are, and how you can make money in that. And I help people with this. So you don't have to do it alone. It can be scary to do it alone, especially if you're in your own mind and you're overthinking it all the time. I'm here to help you. So if you are interested in getting more help and coaching to where it is you want to go, taking this quantum leap to a life you love, definitely check out the description. You can book a call with me. You can look at my Mindset Magnet workshop, and we can work together. I want to give you more tools to live this life, to feel more in alignment. I am here for you. So to summarize a little bit more, we talked about mindset shifts, how you can cultivate a mindset conducive to growth so that you can actually remove the blockages that are holding you back from living the life that you want to live, because we don't want to get in our own way. We got one life to live. We might as well live it to the fullest. The other thing we talked about was energetic vibration. You are constantly giving off an energetic vibration in your thoughts, in how you're interacting with people. And so really being conscious of how are you showing up in the world and understanding that that's coming back to you. So how can you raise your vibe? Through yoga, through meditation, through really being conscious of the thoughts that you have in your head, by working with a coach, by dancing, by following things you love, eating healthy, all of the things. So that's a good way to start to raise your vibe so that you're feeling excited and happier in your life, so that opportunities are magnetized to you. The next thing we talked about is the strategic plan. So of course, you're going to have things fall into your lap and things that you never expected when you have the mindset and the energetic vibration. But the other thing is the strategic plan, because think about it this way. Let's say you wanted to go to a concert and you're like, I really want to go to this concert. You're just not going to magically end up at the concert. You need to think about, how are you going to get there? What's the transportation? Do you need to drive? Is your friend going to drive? Are you taking a train? What time do you need to leave to get there on time? Are you going to pack snacks? How much money do you need to bring? Right? So actually having a plan will help you achieve your goal of getting to the concert and having a good time. And there can be magic happening along the way, but it's really important that you have the mindset and the energetics, but then you also have an aligned strategy to get you to where you want to go. And if you're like, Nicole, how the heck do I have an aligned strategy? I don't even know where to begin. No worries, I got you. I'm all about helping you create a unique strategy that feels good for you to get you to where you want to go. So if you're interested, definitely take a look in the description, book a call with me, let's chat. I'd love to create a personalized plan for you on how to get you to your biggest goals. So definitely book a call or check out other ways to work with me. Also, I have some other freebies in the description, so you'll want to check it out there. Last thing is Ikigai. We talked all about the Ikigai of where money, passions, skill, and what the world needs intersect. So try out that activity of writing it all down and seeing what insights you have. Feel free to share the insights with me. And we know the scientific effects of the Ikigai of you'll have long-term fulfillment and happiness and lower stress and anxiety if you are following what it is you want to be doing. That's why I'm so passionate about helping people get to where they want to go and live a life that feels in alignment to them. So thank you so much for being here on Radically Rewired today. It's always a pleasure to have you. I'm thrilled that you're here taking steps towards living your best life and getting off of autopilot. Your reviews mean the world to me, and it also helps push this podcast out to more people to really help them live in alignment. So it only takes about 5 seconds. If you can leave me just a 5-star review, I would greatly appreciate that. This episode was made possible by my generous sponsor of Amplify Your Voice. And if you're interested in some of the resources that I talked about today, you can find everything in the description. Thank you so much again for joining me on getting off autopilot and soaring towards your goals. I can't wait to see you again on Radically Rewired with new episodes dropping every week. So make sure to tune in next time. I will see you there. So in the meantime, keep rewiring, keep thriving, and keep shining. Much love. Bye.